Okay, and we are back. Last time we started our search for Master Dandelion, and seems he is, as usual, a long list of women behind him, who hopefully will be able to give us some hints on where the man himself might be. Also, we have a skill point that I have neglected to take advantage of, so let's swap on over here. Alright, let's see, what do we want? Maybe Puppet, so that we can start using or getting some advantage off of our enemies. Make them fight for us, rather than me. We, talked to this merchant. Maybe a round of Gwent is in order?
The best stock in all Novigrad. No need.
Anything?
No one to push.
Very good. Manners before trade, always.
He does, so I will be back in a moment. Alright, another win for our winning pile. The Frightener. Interesting. You know, someday we will have enough cards to actually try some of these other factions. But for the time being, I'm quite happy to keep using just the regular old. Let's see here. I don't think we've checked out this particular spot yet. So let's have a read of this particular notice board, and then we should actually thinking of which. No, unfortunately, there is not a fast travel point that we have locked over there.
You seen the new waitresses?
Let's see what notes.
Let's see here.
Portrait artist, beware. There's a swindler. Personal announcement. Festival of Nilfgaardian Culture has been cancelled. Okay. Beware, haunted house and cheating merchant. To all upstanding residents of Novigrad, hark the words and warnings of a loyal fellow townsman. Do no business with that blackguard de Jonquier. Though his line is held in high esteem and considered honorable, he himself is a swine and cheat. He sold me a residence at a most attractive price, knowing all the while the house was haunted. There can be no thought of inhabiting it, for an evil spirit torments all who set foot therein. For now, the ghost contents itself with rattlings and prankings, but who knows what foul deeds it will turn into in time. But then, anyone with half a bit of wit about them stay far away from such home, and never make a deal of any sort with this defrauding de Jonquier. Oh boy. You silly man, de Jonquier, why? Why would you do that? You've ruined your family's good name. I mean, you could have made a fortune. I mean, who wouldn't want to pay you money to visit a haunted house? Oh, there's a barber nearby. I have been saying that I wasn't quite pleased with this fancy hairstyle we switched Geralt over to. Let's see here. Personal announcement. We've already read that. Wanted Triss Marigold. Oh. Triss Marigold of Maribor, known as the 14th of the Hill. Interesting. Yes, the Lodge of Sorceresses. Not good people, I would say. Let's see here. Okay. Alright, so nothing particularly new or exciting there. We have yet another shop with possibly some more Gwent cards to be won, so excuse me once again.
Don't be shy now. Looking doesn't cost a thing. There's plenty to behold. This here's a collection of wonders that belong to the mage Eramas. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
How do you get a hold of these? Never heard of a mage willingly parting with his treasures?
No one asked Eramas his will. He was burned at the stake a fortnight ago.
Strange they didn't burn his stuff with him. Witch hunters let you resell it just like that?
Why wouldn't they? These are common goods, some valuable only as collectibles, perhaps.
Interesting. I would like you to tell me more about them. Let's investigate.
Alright, I get it. These items aren't actually common.
Rumor has it, each is an enchanted key.
Rumor happened to mention where to find the locks these keys open?
Sadly, no. Why, if I knew, you could hardly expect me to sell them.
Where did Eramas live?
At a lovely residence south of Oxenford. Badly damaged now, as he made the hunters pay dearly for his skin.
Show me what you have.
Okay. Let's see here. Black magic doll, lizard figurine, jade figurine, wine. Well, I don't think these items are going anywhere. Okay, so as far as I can tell, only these three are used. Oh, and they're pretty cheap. 4 gold, 4, and that's 40. Alright. It's possible we could have found a cheaper way, I guess, to get a hold of those. Returns all spent ability points to the available pool so they can be redistributed. Oh, that's useful. What's this? 70 maximum inventory weight. Alright, now I've already learned that you can tend to win these sorts of things from the horse races, so we'll save that for now. We've bought our assorted magical items. Plague went. And I will see you guys in a few minutes.
Statuette of a man. Wasn't carved, but produced using magic. Ought to ask Triss about it.
Okay, so we have a new... Actually, let's wander around the square a moment. For now, we'll have to go through here in order to get to the other guys, so let's not worry about it for now. Just climb on in and see what this woman has to say about Master Dandelion.
This Baronet's La Vallette's villa.
Shouldn't interest you. The Baroness don't mingle with just anyone.
Don't worry. I'm here to see your chambermaid, Molly.
Out of the way. Baroness is riding out. Be gone.
Greetings, Witcher. Must admit it's curious to see you here. I don't quite believe in coincidences.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of monsters, and my son.
You're right, General. My visit's no accident. I'm looking for someone.
There's no one here who wishes to see you. Captain, this man is not to enter. Forgive me, Morvran, but I've lost my appetite for the races.
Ouch.
Kill a woman's son and appear at her doorstep? My. I thought witches had better survival skills than that.
Looking for a girl named Molly. Heard she works here.
I fear your information's out of date. Molly no longer works here.
Seem to know who Molly is. You also know she doesn't work here anymore. Know where I can find her, maybe?
This time of day? Probably sipping punch and considering which horse to bet on.
Not in the mood for jokes.
I jest you not. After Arian's demise, Luis's nephew came to pay his respects. Got one glance of Molly and, well, they wed soon after. They now await his inheritance. With the Baroness's son dead, the estate will go to the nephew and Lady Lata, known until recently simply as Molly.
Wow.
Gotta wonder if Molly fell for the nephew or his inheritance.
We cannot know that just yet, but I'd wager she has strong feelings for both.
Okay, well, tell me where the horse places are. I smell another side quest becoming available soon.
Alright, so where'll I find the newly minted Lady Lata?
Our dear little Molly has a new passion, horse racing. To my knowledge, she should be at Countess Vegelbud's villa right now. That's exactly where I'm going. Since you stripped me of Louise's company, perhaps you'd agree to come along.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Well, if Molly'll be there.
On our way, then.
Saves me some time. Well, what a stroke of fortune for this Molly girl and whatnot. If I hadn't killed her, the Baroness's son in the last game, she'd just be a common maid still. Intriguing. Funny how things work out. You know, choices you don't even think about. They have little ripples leading all the way down.
We've arrived.
Nice place.
I must say, of all the creatures in this region, I find steeds most intriguing. Horses interest you at all, Witcher?
All the same to me. Call each one I ride Roach.
Strange. The grey is Cantarella, sired by Cahir, the champion from Vol.
Yeah. Gray's a good color. Even looks good on horses.
My coin's on the Black Stallion, Nemrod, purest Nilfgaardian stock.
Surprised he didn't salute you, General. Know anything about the chestnut or the bay?
The chestnut is Thunderbolt, a pure-blood Retanian, gallant steed, but too headstrong for my taste, difficult to control. And the bay hails from Zerrikania. Lord Tevolte acquired him recently. I know little about him, though Zerrikanians are reputed to have incredible stamina.
Seem to know your horses.
I find them to be far more honest than men. Must say, I'm curious how you manage in the saddle, Witcher.
Mostly just try to stay in it.
What would you say to a little race?
Not what I came here for.
Don't make me beg, Witcher. Tell you what, win, and I shall give you my finest saddle. Made in Nilfgaard proper of beautifully tanned leather.
What the hell. We're winning that saddle one way or the other.
Why not? Wouldn't mind seeing if your knowledge of horses translates into riding skills.
Ha! Splendid! In that case, you must choose a mount.
I'll try the Zerrikanian, I think.
Think I'll give you a run on the Zerrikanian Bay.
Cantarella for me, then. The horses are saddled. Let's begin.
Hopefully, I have chosen wisely.
Riders, ready!
Okay, wish me luck, everyone.
Spare the horse!
Faster.
Oh, come on. Oh, he got turned around, apparently. Where's he going? Did I break his AI? That would be good, I guess. Okay. I have to admit, I'm kind of terrified. I'm also thinking this guy lied about the stamina. This horse is losing its stamina quite quickly. Too quickly for my liking. Block him! Block him. Alright. There we are. Unlocked a new marker. The wheat fields. Yes. Are we almost back? And this thing's stamina is dropping like a rock. Yes, we won! Huzzah!
The roach I chose put in a nice run.
Exceptional. I've not lost a race in a while. I congratulate you. That is yours.
Huzzah.
Ah, look! Lady Latar has just arrived.
Who?
The woman formerly known as Molly. There she stands.
Right. Thanks.
I shall be here for a time. Find me if you'd like to ride back to the city together.
Well, you've been pretty polite, General, so I guess it wouldn't hurt. Where is that saddle? 50 stamina? Only 4. Well, it's not that great compared to what we were using, but it is an improvement, so I'll take it.
Who do you favor, milady?
Can't decide between the Black Stallion and the Grey Mare. Keep going back and forth, back and forth. Sorry, don't believe we've been introduced.
I'm Geralt.
Geralt! That Geralt! The one Dandelion's rescued time and time again!
Yes. Might as well let Dandelion have something. I'm a modest man.
Mm-hmm. Wouldn't be here if not for Dandelion.
Told me all about your adventures. How he'd ready you for battle with his songs. How he tamed the Kairan by playing his lute.
I meant that literally. Dandelion's why I'm here. came to ask you about him. Know where he might be?
No. Sadly, I haven't got a clue. We've not seen each other in ages. Ever since I became Lady Latard, it's been nothing but balls, banquets and other such... what's it? Congregations. Awful tiring, all this. But... or maybe his sister could help you. Such a nice girl.
I didn't know that Dandelion had a sister. I'm suspecting that's actually Ciri.
You do realize Dandelion doesn't have a sister.
Sure he does. Saw her myself. Funny, she don't look like him at all. Blonde, for starters. Maybe they've different fathers.
Mm-hmm. Different mothers, too.
Maybe. But you could see he cares for her. Looks after her. The way he carried her packages and...
Know where I can find her, Dandelion's sister?
I know. Whenever I asked Dandelion when we visit her, he'd grow all quiet and then change the subject.
We actually seen this conversation already.
Any chance you remember your last conversation with Dandelion?
Course. He came to borrow some coin for a barge.
What? Why do you need a barge?
To take me on a romantic cruise of the canals by the light of the moon. Said there'd be strawberries and that wine with the bubbles, and he'd sing me arias. But I've not seen him since.
I'm under the impression Dandelion thinks you still serve the Lavalettes.
Oh, that's because I never told him I stopped. Didn't want him to treat me any different.
And your husband has nothing against it? Your old friendship?
Course not. Sweetiekins couldn't be happier that Dandelion's raising me sophistication.
Okay, now, wait, why is this still in yellow? We've already followed. I just want to make sure we aren't missing anything.
Any chance you remember?
Course.
Conversation.
What?
Okay.
Said that...
Okay, there we go.
Thanks, Molly.
Wait. Before you go, I've got a request. Dandelion told me once he'd show me his etchings, but he never did. I'd so like to see them.
Won't be too hard to convince him. He loves showing off those etchings to anyone he can.
Oh, that's wonderful! Thanks. And good luck to you on your search.
Okay. Well, I guess we might as well take up, excuse me there, Molly. Might as well take the General's invitation, excuse me, pardon me. Can we just hop up over? We can, alright. I'll take your offer up, see what comes of it.
Ah, Geralt, there you are. Shall we return together?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Gladly. It's a long way to Novigrad. Road ought to seem shorter with some company.
I'd say the same. Well then, let's go.
We might learn something while we're on this ride. Which is always useful, I suppose. Gotta get intel on the enemy. Even if they're not our enemy right now. No conversation apparently. Oh wait, here we
And
are.
here we are. Thank you for your company.
Likewise. See ya.
You know, I'm starting to wonder if I just have a really weird, archaic way of speaking.
Looks like
Since-
rain.
I seem to... Well, I guess not archaic. I guess what I'm trying to say is that I have a weird way of speaking, much like, I guess, whoever wrote this, since I seem to end up saying whatever the characters are about to say before they actually say it. Which I personally find kind of amusing. Alright, let's see here. This is Maribella. What's this? School for Tots, eh? Interesting.
Excuse me. I'm looking for Marabella.
I am she. Wait outside. Class is in session.
Okay.
I'll wait.
It won't take long. It turns out he'll not come
You're
after.
grey like my grandma.
Why not? A rat bit him, and he's caught a fever.
Where'd he get bit?
It hurt him much.
Will he die?
Don't die from rats, stupid.
Yes, you do. Just the other day I saw a witch hunter tell a man, "You rat," and then he killed him.
Liar. That's enough. We're done for today. Gather your things and go home.
Wonder if the rat catcher will
Here we go.
like as not.
How do you know?
Mum,
Excuse me, lad.
but catches a cough.
Alright.
As good
What
as
do you
your
have to
brain.
tell us, Marabella?
Now can we talk?
Yes. What do you want?
I know you saw Dandelion recently.
Oh, yes. Longest afternoon of my life.
He read you his poems.
No. He perused the illustrated guide to fungi.
Maybe... No. Won't even try to guess why he wanted to do that.
Mold. That was his interest. When his hand abandoned my knee to point at a figure of penicillium, I knew the fire between us had died. Permanently.
Found a poem Dandelion wrote about you. Portrayed you as an unusually talented individual.
Really? Did he mention my poetry? Horses have always fascinated me. I've always longed to extol their noble beauty. Did you see any of my work at Dandelions? Mere exercises, true, but I'd be curious to know what you thought of them.
No. Didn't see any.
Gee up! A snaky whip rose skyward. Gee-haw! Crack! She reined the beast in. The stallion danced betwixt her thighs. Lather bathed its chinny chin.
Sorry, don't know much about poetry.
Wow, that's quite a poem.
See Dandelion after the fungus incident?
No. I even considered granting him another chance. His heart of hearts is pure gold. He simply needs a bit more discipline in his life. But he never came back to see me. So I thought if it's done, it's done.
Poor woman.
Thanks for your help. Farewell.
But we're slowly getting a picture coming together here. I mean, unless you want to know about the fungus because of, you know, his various misadventures with ladies of sometimes questionable repute.
My dad is a witch hunter. He chases all the ghosts.
That's one thing, but I suspect his reasoning... Oh, we can't get up that way.
Watch where you're walking.
I suspect his reasoning, he's up to something. I mean, he wanted to be able access to a bathhouse.
Now you...
Something about mold. Penicillin to be specific. Which might be because he wanted to cause an allergic reaction in someone, perhaps? Well, with penicillin and penicillium, which penicillin is derived from, being something that's a known allergy for some people. Or it could have been an immunization, I don't know. The Lavalette maid.
I traced the pansy all the way to the garden.
What, did you catch him?
No luck. Driving in slippery the bugger was
Stuff's going on here.
scrambled out the hole in the back.
Alright, I'm pretty intent on
What do you
finishing this
want?
quest. Alright, yeah. I'm pretty intent on finishing this quest before the end of this episode, or at least this part of it, because I feel that from a video standpoint, we're sort of bogging down a little bit, since the last couple of episodes have been just a lot of dialogue and not a lot of action. New swordplay instructor. That ought to work.
Rosavar Atra's expecting me. Supposed to give her lessons in swordplay.
Come with me. Miss Rosa awaits.
Really? They didn't even check my credentials?
Won't you realise what you've got yourself into?
Hope so too.
Miss Rosa's got a downright beastly temper. Shows no mercy once she grips a sword. Grab a wooden one. Take care not to hurt the little miss. Or you'll earn the ambassadors up. Follow me.
Alright. I'm following. But you do realize I'm a witcher, right? I mean, I don't think I'm in any particular danger. Though I can make her even more dangerous, no doubt.
You're my new instructor. Well, well, Papa clearly went out of his way this time. Wood, to start with. I must know your worth.
Okay.
Bad idea.
Ow, ow. There we go.
Why bother with 2 swords when you can barely handle one?
Hey, don't mock me. Aha, take that.
Damn it! Well fought. You're much better than the last one.
I'm not actually your swordplay instructor.
Really? Then who are you? And how on earth did you get in?
I'm a witcher. I'm looking
A witcher? That's splendid. I always wanted to meet a witcher. This is so exciting.
Isn't it, though? I might as well humor.
what's so exciting about it?
Living on the edge. Tracking, then facing down beasts. Sleeping under the stars. Oh, it must be wonderful.
Try fighting a Zoogle while up to your neck in sewage. Nothing quite like it.
Not one of the high points, I suppose. Wait, weren't you about to ask me something?
Yes.
Came to ask about your rhetoric tutor, Dandelion.
Rhetoric tutor? Good one. That is why Papa hired him, but not at all what the bard had in mind. He mostly played his lute and sang for us. I believe he thought he was wooing.
Mean he wasn't? But you had some sort of relationship?
If you call him chasing after me a relationship. Even so, there was nothing between us. Seems my sisters had a bit of fun at our expense. But enough chatter. Stand and fight. I demand a rematch.
Alright, you shall have one. Ow.
Stop floating. Fight.
Whoa.
Why bother with 2 swords when you can barely
Oop.
handle one?
You know, you say that, and yet...
Damn it.
Ow. Carol, what are you thinking? You dodged right into her attack. Ow, ow.
Damn it! Well, if you're not an instructor, you should certainly be one. Fancy giving me a few private lessons?
Sure, why not?
Can't rightly refuse a request from a lady.
What are you 2 lovebirds whispering about? You asked about my relationship with Dandelion? Well, here's the mix-up's mastermind. Edna Va Atra, the greatest mischief maker north or south of the Yaruga.
Twins? Or is she a Doppler, perhaps? Seeing as we did see one earlier.
Sorry, you lost me.
You're not the first to be confused. I'll explain. Edna sent Dandelion some love letters. She signed my name. Conceited as he is, naturally he fell for it. I was left to repel the aging bard's advances. Rosa, I had the best of intentions, you know that. I felt you needed help taking the first step. You blushed every time he sang a ballad. He'll next sing at your funeral if you don't stop it right now.
Okay, easy does it.
Calm down, ladies. No poet's worth 2 sisters nipping at each other's throats.
Especially not this one.
Listen, I just want to know one thing. Either of you seen Dandelion lately?
Edna might have. I certainly have not. My dear sister, I would never spend time alone with a man for whom you burn with a secret passion. Burn with passion? For one who incessantly praises another woman's talents? Afraid I've more sense than that.
Okay.
Who'd Dandelion sing about? Know anything about her?
I believe she's a poetess, or trabaritz. Very skilled and exceptionally talented, of course.
This woman. Not a local, right?
I seem to remember him praising her melodious Kaviri accent. Makes sense. He referred to her as Calonetta a few times. Bizarre names are common in Kavir.
Gotta ask Zoltan about this Calonetta. Bet sophisticated young ladies like you know a bunch about politics.
We've picked up a few things. What would you like to know?
Actually, I'll probably save all this conversation for off-camera type stuff. And so for now, I'll say thank you all for watching. When we come back, we're gonna go head back to Zoltan, unless, there's some kind of cutscene on our way out. I'll make sure I get that. But in the meantime, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more like this, and I will see you next time.